Can we talk about the Dallas Cowboys for a minute? I'm not a smart man. I think you can ask anybody, the Penn State fan, whatever his name is, the justifier of pedophilia.
Right.
We've heard a lot of crazy things from Jerry Jones.
There's a very low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes. Very low percentage.
Now that's craziness, right? But is it as crazy as Dak Prescott?
I mean, I feel like we compete with the Eagles and beat them for the most part when we played them. I don't want to say check the record when they're the guys holding the trophy right now. So credit to them. They've earned it and they deserved it by all means. But, yeah, very close, especially even watch the NFC game, the NFC Championship. And those two teams that we battle against each and every year a couple of times. And as I said, feel confident about we've gotten a better part each and every time. To see them, to see it in such a dominating fashion, credit to them. It's our turn and it's on us.
What?
It's not your turn.
What?
You're not close to the Eagles. You don't have a defensive line. You don't have a secondary. You don't have an offensive line, and you don't have wide receivers. Other than that, you're really close to the Eagles.
I want to make sure I understand what you just said. You just said that you're close to not only the Eagles, but that other team you didn't want to reference, the Washington Commanders, who were way better than you were this year. Like, you're not close to these two teams. And I love when guys do this. Oh, well, Dak, when do you think you guys are going to turn it around? When are the Cowboys going to, make strides? Or how do the Cowboys stack up to the current competition in the NFC East? Oh, well, we're really close. Okay. Well, everyone on Twitter initially was like, oh, well, it's Dak. What else would he say? Oh, I don't know. You could say something like, yeah, the Eagles just won the Super Bowl. They had a hell of a year. Obviously, what Jaden Daniels and company are doing in Washington, they're obviously making progress. But I personally believe that for us, like we're close. Like we have some good parts.
It's I'm excited to see what Brian Schottenheimer, who's never been a head coach, can do to build us towards the Eagles.
I'm excited for us to extend number 11. And keep him on our defensive line and move him around, and he's going to have a big impact. Like, there's a lot of positive things coming. But to say that you're close to the Eagles, to say that when you've played them, you beat them, even though you're a 7-win team.
I think what he meant when he said they were close to the Eagles, they were on the same field, so they were in proximity to the Eagles. Maybe we were just misunderstanding.
Yeah, maybe we just misunderstood what Dak was saying there.
Because he went to the Super Bowl. They were in the same
I can't believe that Dak was trying to insinuate that the Dallas Cowboys football team was close.
But Jerry's going to clarify what Dak said.
It's got to be the right talent at the right economics. I've always made some pretty serious risk in talent. We certainly can do that here. What you're risking today is not only the player, but you're risking really a piece of your future. Because that's what we're all spending as part of what we've got available to spend in years to come. I'm all for doing that. Yeah. I wouldn't have signed Dak Prescott, highest paid player in the NFL, if now wasn't when we wanted to win. This is a shocker to be here at this Super Bowl and not have the Cowboys here. I didn't plan on that when I made that agreement with them. So we're going to do everything we can to get there, and I'm not going to have it answering to some journalists or having it interpreted for me. I know what it takes and to get there, and we'll do those things. Now, am I going to be right every time? Of course.
Bruh.
Can nobody say to him, oh, yeah, that's right, you paid Dak. Why'd you wait so long, and why'd you spend extra money to do it?
Hold on, Jerry. Wait, I thought you just said.
It's a shocker the Cowboys aren't in the Super Bowl.
What? What?
Okay, maybe Troy Aikman can speak truth to power.
We had more in us, and I thought we would be back. Obviously, we weren't. But not only were we not back, but here we are almost 3 decades later, and no one's been back. And so, I think I speak for the Cowboys faithful in saying that it's been a long time, and this is the Dallas Cowboys, and it's an organization that's had great history, and this team has won a lot of games over the years with a lot of different players. But for whatever reasons, they just haven't been able to get it done in the postseason. But I don't think anybody's happy about that. That's been a part of the Cowboys' legacy and what this franchise has stood for so many.
Troy,
dude,
I was hoping for more, Troy.
I just don't understand how every single week we get a bite from Jera, from Dak, from Micah on his podcast, from Troy Aikman. Like, how is it that every single week somebody affiliated with this damn organization comes out and says something crazy? No, I just don't. I can't understand it. Like, Jerry Jones, I understand it from Jera's perspective. That's Jerry Jones. That's the owner of the team. Okay. All right. Hey, you want to come out and give us your cocaine take for the day? That's fine. Saying that you're shocked that the Cowboys are not in the Super Bowl. Okay. All right. I'll write that off because that's Jera. We all know his track record, right? But when Dak said that they beat the Eagles and that they're close to the Eagles and that somehow the Cowboys are not that far away and they're close to taking over this division and they've got a bright future ahead. Dak, I'm trying to understand. What do you mean that you're close to the Eagles, the team that has beaten you pretty consistently, the team that, went to the Super Bowl, beat the best team in the league, like has the championship? You're not close to them. And then for Troy Aikman to come out here and say, hey, like, I think I speak for everybody when I say that it's been too long and we need to get back. Like, bro, I don't know. I just don't understand how we got so far away from logic with this organization.
I think that it is very difficult to be in Dallas and on the sports scene without kowtowing to Jerry Jones. And I think you don't succeed when you don't have a no man. And nobody says no to Jerry Jones. And he has horribly mismanaged this football team. He has horribly mismanaged the salary cap. He horribly mismanaged Dak's contract. He horribly mismanaged Leighton Vander Esch. The way he handled CeeDee Lamb's contract.
The whole Zeke saga.
Jerry Jones has repeatedly messed this team up. And the way you fix it, the only thing that I can think is the way you fix this is you trade Dak Prescott. You have to not. You either don't sign Micah Parsons or you trade Dak Prescott. I would more rather see them trade Micah because I think Dak's a generational quarterback. He's an elite passer. He has no help. He has no running backs. He has no wide receivers.
Yeah.
He has no offensive line. And now he's got an average-ass football coach that has no experience being a football coach. No experience as a head coach. Bounced around this league as an OC. I don't understand it. I simply do not understand it. You are not close to the Philadelphia Eagles.
No.
You're just not. Gumby says Troy Aikman. Exactly. Big Papa War Machine. My guy's box is just gone, man. Someone put Gramps in a home. Good Lord. I'm saying.
Like, you know what
Smiles
I mean? Like,
and
you just
hopes.
listen to this guy talk and you're not even listening to like the point he's trying to make. You're just trying to keep up with the wild rambling that happens.
You're waiting for the skeleton to collapse.
Yeah. Like,
right? The Dallas Cowboys have not won a Super Bowl in the internet era. It's wild. Jeremy Bolton. He can do 51 pull-ups. Just ask him. He's got a Ragnar sticker on his car. I think he means distance-wise. Dallas is kind of close to Philly, but since he was there at the Super Bowl, he was closer to them. I agree. It's intimacy.
Apparently. We're having a geographical conversation now.
Tanner Plummer. So what I think the other thing Dak is referring to was 9-4 record against the Eagles overall. But yeah, they were not close last year, but we'll see what they do next year. They need a major influx of new talent on that roster. Period. Jeff Johnson. The Cowboys are no longer America's team. Just ask Ferris.
Right.
Well, of course. No. Nope. Charles Oliva. Dallas is closer to Cancun than the Super Bowl.
Right?
Got to be America's team.
Exactly. Gumby, the Cobwebs scored a total of 13 points this year against the Eagles. Jerry and Dak are both smoking some.
I'm saying, dude.
Some nar. Totally agree. Garrett or Parsons? If I'm trading, I am going after Garrett. I would trade Micah Parsons for Myles Garrett, but Myles Garrett won't go to Dallas.
No,
I don't think. That just is wild. I worked with Tyler Smith's mom, and I met him once. Cool guy. They've moved him all over the line as far as a lineman go. He's the best they've got. Still a young guy, too. They just are not talented in Dallas right now.
there's not enough on the roster, man.
I will go to my grave saying CeeDee Lamb is not a franchise receiver. TJ Beck. Jerry Jones won't win another Super Bowl until he hires a Jimmy Johnson type coach and lets go of the reins. Barry Switzer was just a manager that lived off what Jimmy did. I totally agree. 100%. Jaron Eccles. Jerry Jones put a pound of salt on a Philly cheesesteak and thinks that's the Eagles. He's the Eagles. Exactly. Well, I eat cheesesteaks. I know how the Eagles operate.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, can you even imagine that? Can you even imagine that? I can't even imagine. If you are a Dallas Cowboy fan, what hope do you have?
Yeah, I don't think you have a lot of hope. And furthermore, my other question is, at what point, if you're Jerry Jones, do you start to think about like, man, maybe I do need someone to come in here. Like, at what point do you say to yourself, hey, it's been 20 years.
Never. Guys like him don't
dude.
think that way.
Well,
Guys like him don't think that way.
Well,